Guys, it's Gundam, and I'm here to bring you another review of an actual Gundam. Isn't that surprising? I'm a goddamn fraud. Anyway, this is the review of the 00 Gundam 7 Sword G, a high grade kit that is currently my favorite high grade. Not saying much because a lot of my high grades are kind of subpar. There might be a review for this one right here. You guys can probably see this one. Yeah, I'll get to this one, maybe. But first, it's this review, then the Omnimon review. And trust me, that one I'm not looking forward to. But this one I was looking forward to because this guy is super awesome. His sculpting is great. Even for a high-grade kit, this is actually pretty nice. I mean, considering I have a 00 Riser, both high-grade and master-grade, this guy is currently my favorite high-grade because of just how cool he is. Like, yes, this is the 00 Gundam design, I know that, but I just can't help but love this guy, even more than my 00 Riser, but I still will say my Master Grade 00 Riser is my favorite Gunpla. But this guy is probably, maybe, top 3. Anyway, sculpting on this guy is fantastic. Again, you got all the details in there, just like any 00 Gundam, this is the same build, just with some different things, but those different things just make him much better. I love how the build is. The build was actually kind of quick. I'm around maybe 2-3 hours, maybe. And truth is, I actually avoided some of the stickers. Actually, the only stickers that I had, well, actually the stickers on this kit are not that bad at all. Like, most of the stickers are behind clear pieces, like his head crest and these circles on his arms, right here and here. And also on his legs as well. You can't see it well, probably not. Right here, behind this blade, those are some stickers as well. But one sticker that I completely avoided were his V-fin stickers. Because the V-fin stickers were just really bad. They probably would have kept peeling off. I guarantee you that. So instead, I actually painted his V-fins, hand-painted them with a paintbrush and some cotton swabs. And this is the paint that I used. It's just a regular, simple acrylic paint. Nothing special. Nothing special at all. But anyway, accessories on this guy? Oh, he has a ton of accessories compared to like 00 Riser. Usually when you have a 00 Riser, you get 2 beam sabers, a regular GN Sword 3, and the GN Sword 4s, or the sword rifles. This guy comes with a lot, mainly because he's a 7 Sword Gundam. So he's going to come with a lot of weapons. First, he comes with this weapon right here. This is his sword rifle kind of thing. And that's kind of a misleading title for this model kit, a sword rifle, because it's definitely a rifle, but it ain't a sword. Here's the thing. He can't wield this as a sword. He can wield it as a rifle, but if you try and use it as a sword, it's just not going to work. Alright, it doesn't clip into his arm correctly. It's just floppy and whatnot. So I do not recommend that. I recommend just keeping this in rifle form. And actually, he can store this weapon not that well. It goes onto his GN drive right here, and it's actually really loose. Like, you can just pop this right off. Nothing clips. So, to be honest, I suggest you keep it in his hand. Because if you try and store it on his GN drive, it's just not going to work. And it actually just clips into his arm like this. And that's actually a pretty solid connection. Next is this big old hunkin' sword right here. I don't know, I forget what it's called, but it's still really cool. Now, this is just like, oh my goodness, it's such a big sword, but it's so contrasting with its small little handle. And, like, I just don't understand. This is not meant to be wielded as a sword for him, because he can't hold it correctly with one hand with this little ass handle. He has to use both hands. But there is an alternate way for him to hold this weapon. You actually have to fold out this little like handle thing right here. I don't know if you can see that. And there's also this little peg right here that you just go ahead and put it, just go, have it go through his fist, and then clip it in. Be careful though. It might, like that, it might actually disconnect his knuckle plate or his hand plate, and that just fell off. Don't worry, actually, I actually kind of wanted to plan for that. I kind of wanted stuff to fall off, because then that gives me an excuse to just talk about the weapons individually. But yeah, this guy actually has pretty good weapon storage and just really good weapons. And as you can see, he can wield this thing like as a shield or as like just like an arm sword kind of thing. But yeah, let's put that away. Let's actually take off that. As you can see, this goddamn knuckle plate thing, it will fall off a lot. Let's go ahead and reattach that. And let's get on to his other weapons. Now, he comes with 2 other swords and 2 beam sabers. That's just common. That's just the regular norm for most Gundam model kits. They come with 1 or 2 beam sabers. Now that I've detached all his weapons, you can see that yes, this is pretty much a double riser, just with some extra parts like his kneecaps, which hold his other weapons. So here's his GN sword rifle long mode, and this is his short mode. As you can see, it's sort of like this whip kind of thing, because this is actually an accessory right here. I almost threw this away. Don't do that. I nearly threw it away until I looked at the box art. Speaking of the box, this is actually a really nice box. And the manual, and it showed like this being like a whip-like thing, and then I saw that wire, I was like, oh, I guess that goes with this, and it does. And this is just like one of his coolest weapons, to be honest, because it's just like a free-flowing wire part. And honestly, that's cool. That can actually give for more dynamic poses. He also comes with these 2 right here. These 2 are just like little like short daggers. You have to detach the knuckle plates, fold these out like so, and then clip them onto his into his arms. And these are actually just stored right on his kneecaps, right at the side of his kneecaps. That's actually pretty cool weapon storage. This guy has tons of weapons, and he can store them all pretty efficiently. Just go ahead and put him right here. He comes with these little tab pegs on his waist flaps. I'm actually going to take off all of his weapons because that actually kind of, hinders his posability. And let me say, this guy has the posability of a high-grade kit. He has a ball joint at his head and neck, so he can do all of the free-flowing movements, looking side to side, up and down pretty well. His GN drives can move forward and backward, up and down. See here, he can extend forward with his shoulder and extend back a little bit. He can turn his bicep. He can't turn his elbow, but he can bend it pretty far. And also he's got a wrist ball joint. All of his like skirts and like flaps, speaking of, these are where his beam sabers go. I forgot to mention that. I'm sorry. All of his flaps move. This moves a little too loosely. I wish this was more like, rigid. He can tilt his and swivel his thighs. He's got really good knee. He's got an ankle joint, and he can